People love the idea of success, but they rarely see what it actually takes behind the scenes. This week, Miles tracked every part of his life: business, health, and family. From his early mornings to late nights, meetings to diaper changes, this is the real rhythm of building. If you've ever wondered what the day-to-day really looks like, here it is.
Anything I want, I speak into existence. That's how I'm.
Okay, here we go. Finding rhythm. I have no idea what episode this is now. 23, 4? 23. All right, let's do it.
Miles, I gotta ask, what made you want to track your week like this?
I think it was a mixture of things. One, I want this series podcast to document moments in time. And I had kind of this feeling of controlled chaos. So many different things going on. Like, I hope that I will look back at this moment in my life and just laugh and be like, wow, I can't believe how much you were doing. So I thought, you know what? Take my own advice. Let's kind of do a little audit of my own time, my own schedule, and then have something to document by going through it. And then as well, it would kind of give me a picture too of how am I spending my time? So it was kind of those two reasons, really.
What do you hope somebody listening to this takes away from it?
I don't know. Those questions, I don't feel like I'm in a position to give people advice, really, and I don't want this to kind of be like an advice field because, like I said, I don't feel like I'm in a position to. I just want to kind of share and document what's going on in my head and what I'm up to and what I'm building. And if you can take stuff from it, that's great, but I have no expectation of you doing that. But maybe you'll see how much you can fit.
So now you're going to read through each day, Monday to Friday, and then we're just going to ask some questions about it afterwards.
Okay.
So can you please start with Monday?
Yeah. Which Monday? We're starting last Monday, which was April 7th. So 7 a.m. we wake up from Grayson. We're always waking up with Grayson now. Good morning to him. Go change him, bring him to Elisa to feed. Went, meditated for 20 minutes, nice and quiet. Then play with Grayson, make a coffee, look at the day ahead, and kind of just start to get ready for the day. 9 a.m., head out to go to the office. I finished distribution of the papers along Yonge Street, so a couple stops, delivering some papers, get to the office. Start off the day catching up with the net, kind of plan out in priority of what needs to get done. Have a quick meeting about hiring the intern once the internship is over. Create job titles for our responsibilities and offer. Then have a quick meeting about Trish, who's our first full-time employee, and kind of think about her, call it first 90-day plan, where's best to fit, and just an overall talk on that. Check in on the digital campaigns that we got running. Then I have a quick meeting about 2024 personal taxes for Elisa and I with the accountant. So I had to go there, meet with him. Then I created 3 Harveys, who's a account of ours now, scripts, create the audios, create the video, add the captions, create the ad copy, and launch the campaign for that location. At 1:30, have another meeting with another accountant for the big ball corporate taxes. 2 p.m. had lunch. Then 2:15 called with the new big ball manufacturer for a new product that's coming in. Back to the office, checking with Elisa. Then I created a revised the mortgage group broker campaign, script, audio, video, captions, copy. Had a call with the client, got approval, launched a campaign. 3 p.m. had a call for building out the new house and had to send emails out for sign-offs on a bunch of forms for the town and Enbridge and stuff like that. Then I had a quick check in with Matt, who's kind of the new partner for the big ball in the US, on some ideas, some products, some ads. Just really kind of checked in on the week. Followed up with the designer for the Big Ball who's working on these files that we needed for some merch that we're going to come out with. 3:30, I sat down for a dedicated focused work block. My note here, distracted immediately, and went down a rabbit hole of building offers for good neighbors. I did notice it's one of my favorite things to do of, creating a good offer, like what the pitch is for it. Like obviously we have the good neighbor campaigns, but how do we deliver that and kind of get lead generation is all in the offer. And I love to do that. So got distracted, then got back to little work block. And then 5 p.m. went to the gym. 6 p.m. had a call with a potential new client. They got signed. 6:30 home, played with Grayson. 7 p.m. dinner. 8:30, I had to make an adjustment on a campaign after I got a new insight. 9 p.m., last feed for the night, change Grayson, give him to Elisa, wind him down, and get Grayson down to bed. 1 a.m., Grayson wakes up, change him, bring him to Elisa, fall back asleep. 2 a.m., Grayson wakes up, rock him back to sleep. 5 a.m., Grayson wakes up, bring him to bed with me to sleep. That brings us to Tuesday. And it was funny when I did this. Monday, I was like very detailed. And then maybe it was because it was a Monday. And so I had like a lot of things going on. But as the week went on, it just went into bigger chunks. You'll see. So 5 a.m., Grayson wakes up, bring him to bed with me to sleep. Tuesday, 8 a.m., up for the day. Go change Grayson, bring him to Elisa to feed. 8:30, leads start to check in on this lead campaign from those offers. They started to come in, which was exciting. I had like 6 new leads, so I had to build out a standard response email and email all of them. 9 a.m., quick coffee and emails, look at the day ahead, quick edits and revision on first draft of a talk that I'm giving to in May. So something that I need to continue to work on and iterate is my first ever, call it mini keynote at the Shift conference. See you there. Get ready for the day and head to the office. Arrive to the office at 10 a.m., just worked straight for 2 hours up to 12. Then I had a team meeting from 12 to 2, kind of what we had talked about on the Monday, me and Lynette. So you were in that meeting, how are you? Go through growth opportunities, bottlenecks, kind of look forward at the company as a whole. 2 to 4 p.m. had a good, nice, solid work block again, which is great. So campaigns, sales, business development, stuff like that. 5 p.m. went to the gym. 6 p.m. home, Grayson time, dinner, bath night. 9 p.m. wind down to sleep. Change Grayson, bring him to Elisa. He feeds, then put him to sleep. 1:30, Grayson wakes up. So I go and change him, bring him to Elisa to feed, then get him back to sleep. Try and get him back to sleep in the bassinet. Fail for an hour and a half. I remember that deeply. It was horrible. Bring him to bed to sleep in my arms. I fall asleep at 4 a.m. Wednesday, 7:30, wake up, change Grayson, bring to Elisa to feed. 8 a.m., meditate, breath work, take some supplements, coffee. Really need that day because of the stress was building. Message back and forth to set up a contract negotiation meeting with the wholesale Big Ball partner, which is set up for this Friday. 9 a.m., go to the gym, go in the sauna, have a cold shower. 10:30 a.m. at the office, large work block. Build creative content for campaigns, set up campaigns, launch those, do a bunch of new business stuff, write out a cold email write-up and sent it to 50 new potential mortgage brokers. That brings us all the way to 2 p.m., have lunch, and do a little breath work. Look at that double breath work. I must have been stressing that day. 3 p.m., another work block. I've written here, same shit. Build campaigns, close sales, new business development. 5 p.m., go to a after 5 chamber event at TJ's. 7 p.m., come home, brought dinner home for the family. Grayson time until 8:30 p.m., then feed him, bring him to Elisa to feed, then wind him down for bedtime. 1 a.m., Grayson wakes up to feed, back to sleep. 3 a.m., Grayson wakes up, bring him to bed to fall back asleep. 6 a.m., Grayson wakes up, change him, bring him to Elisa to feed. And then Thursday, finally up at 8 a.m., meditate. 8:30 a.m., email catch up and coffee. 9:30 a.m., go and drop the dogs off at the groomers. 10 a.m. at the office, work block. 11:30 a.m., pick up dogs at the groomers and bring home. Stoli licked the buzzer at the vet, or at the groomers. He's okay though. 12:30, have a lunch meeting with a partner, client. 2 p.m. back to the office for a long work block, which was actually a nice chunky one, 4 hours, 3.5. Business development, campaign, sales, etc. The boring work. You know that. 6 p.m. home. 6:30 dinner, play with Grayson. Grayson has a meltdown around 8 p.m. Overtired. Change him for the night. Wind down for bed. Elisa feeds him. Get him to sleep. 2 a.m. he wakes up. I go change him. Bring him to Elisa to feed. 2:45 a.m. rock him back to sleep, and into the bassinet to sleep. In the bassinet to sleep this time. Big win for the week. 7 a.m. wake up. Change him. Bring him to Elisa to feed. Brings us to Friday. 8 a.m. coffee and work, create YouTube thumbnail, post Finding Rhythm, and planned out today's 2 episodes. Talk to designer about new big ball product. Meditate, get ready for the day. 9 a.m. go to the gym. 10:30 a.m. at the office. Work block until 2 p.m. 2 p.m. it was going to be filming Finding Rhythm, but then we had an impromptu client meeting, which brought us pretty much for that whole afternoon. So did work until about 3-ish. And then we had the new client meeting for 90 minutes or 2 hours, 6 p.m. home. And then I was going to kind of end it there too. Then the weekend was just filled with family and work stuff and cleaning up. And then that brings us to here. So that's my week in review. How did it sound?
Very busy. Do you get a lot of sleep?
Well, like, before having the baby, my sleep was dialed in. Like, I would get 8, 9 hours, and it would get really good deep sleep. But I haven't had consistent sleep since he was born on December 1st. I'm waking up at minimum once, and most times 2 times. That week, though, he's in this 4-month kind of developmental where his sleep cycles are changing, where he's not just like newborn, which is like off and on. So we have 4 different sleep cycles, so that's starting to get built out. So was waking up a lot easier, and a lot of changes are happening to him. So when you're in the moments of it, it's like, oh my God, it's never going to be any different than this. But even this week, he's been much better since I think it was Friday night or Thursday night. He's been much better. So he's stringing together like 3-4 hours in the bassinet now. Which is good. So
was there a moment this week that felt totally out of rhythm?
Yeah, I think it was probably when I had to do that double breath work. That must have been when, like, the only reason I would have been doing that is because I was feeling some type of way. Probably too, like, the nervous system was too stressed out. So I would say that would be out of rhythm. But just when becoming more aware of it all and how everything that you got going on and how your body reacts, I'm getting much better at knowing how to adjust and doing the things that are needed to kind of get me down to like baseline or into center to be able to kind of keep going. And I know that because the pool business is starting next week, which then I know that I have a lot of time out of office and kind of changes like my whole schedule and everything, that I can feel myself like, oh, I'm like pushing so hard. I got to get so many things done to like check off the list or get the right seeds planted, just so when I go into this kind of pool opening season. So that's probably another reason why I wanted to write it down. It's like, just to be like, this moment is like, oh my goodness, look at all these different elements that you're doing. As I fucking say that though, I'm like, it's always like this. It's always like this, so.
What day was your favorite out of the week?
I do like Mondays because it's like you have the fresh week in front of you. Lots of people hate Mondays. I always loved Mondays because of that. It's like the fresh week. It's the start of it where it's a blank slate. There's so much opportunity to get stuff done for, to build the businesses, to go to the gym, to do the things, do all the things that I set out to do. So I like Monday, and Monday kind of sets the tone for the whole week. So I would say Monday was my favorite day. It typically is. Yeah.
And on the weekends, you even said that, you did a lot of work, cleaning up, and even family time. How do you balance that work mode with the dad mode?
Yeah. It's really like when he sleeps, when he's sleeping, that's when you can do the work. Or, if Elisa's going to watch him for an hour or so, or Patty, Elisa's mom or Phil is going to watch him, you get like these kind of blocks of 90 minutes. And then it's like, what are you doing with those blocks? Maybe I should just relax and, watch Netflix or something. But one, there was work to be done too. And, there's certain like projects and work that I enjoy doing. Like I'm doing a full redesign on the big ball box and the packaging and stuff like that. And so I can kind of go down a rabbit hole and, spend a collective of 3-4 hours doing that. But it is balanced too, right? It's also you're at home, and because I'm out at the office during the week too, I also want to alleviate Elisa and, alleviate her from having to watch Grayson the whole time too, so she can do what she wants to do and needs to do, which for her is she usually wants to like clean stuff, reset, do laundry. But then on that Saturday, we went and saw my mom and dad and had dinner there, and which is always nice, going to visit them. And they get to see Grayson and see how much he's grown and all that. And then Sunday was kind of hang out. The Masters were on, so watch some golf, and just putter around, do some work too. So and I knew that I was pushing it pretty hard too. So I was just like, don't go to the gym and stuff. So just let the body relax a bit. So it's a good balance, good reset.
What did this week reveal to you about your current rhythm?
The truth. I'm doing a lot. And I'm doing a lot, and it's a lot of context switching between tasks, from going from one thing to the next, which I do like too. But looking back and seeing when I would get like good 2-hour work blocks, we go back to like that episode of boring work. That's like when that boring work is happening too. And those are that's what kind of pays the dividends in the future. And I think I need to find more of those. So find more deep work sessions.
If someone listening feels like they're drowning, what advice would you give them?
Block it out, like block off like sections in your day, morning, afternoon, night. I would kind of separate like that, and then just kind of bucket the things that you need to get done or responsibilities within those buckets. Not just like, I used to always be like, this is the rhythm of 16, because I would sleep for 8 hours and then I would have 16 waking hours. And then it's like, what are you doing with those waking hours? 10, 12 hours work, and then, 4 hours of family time or health, whatever that mixture is, which, I kind of still do, but not as much because the sleep is so interrupted. But yeah, I would like kind of segment out morning type thing, afternoon, and then evening. And then I would fill in those areas of what it is that you're trying to get done. And as well have the lens of the whole week, not just a day. Give yourself the week to get the things done that you want to get done.
If you tracked your week, what would it say about your rhythm? Let us know in the comments, or try it for 1 week and see what happens and what you learn about yourself.